We've got related conditions that can overlap in this section. So these are conditions that can overlap with the mood and anxiety piece. So the mood stuff, the anxiety stuff rarely happens in isolation. For example, when they were developing medication to address depression and anxiety, so interesting. The early medicines for depression were actually medicines they were developing to try to treat constipation. And the medicine for anxiety, the early stuff, was actually medicine to address diarrhea. Yeah. So rarely is a mood thing just in your head. It's not all in your head. It is everywhere else, pal. So they often show up alongside or as part of other imbalances that are going on. So let's explore those right now. So histamine intolerance, histamine issues, mast cell activation. Doesn't matter if you have one or the other. Often some bodies will have both. How do you know this is you? If you have a histamine issue, whether it's histamine intolerance, mast cell activation, you cannot clear histamine, who cares? If histamine is one of your drivers of symptoms, you are the person who will feel anxiety. So often histamine is a driver of anxiety, actually. Biochemically, it triggers anxiety. Histamine also could feel like panic attacks, sleep disturbances, and digestive issues. Do you have this forfecta? Is that how you call it? No, probably not. I don't care. Is this you? I wonder if histamine is going on. Let's talk about some other things. Chronic inflammation. So chronic inflammation, the person who has chronic inflammation contributing would tend to have low mood, potentially brain fog, and you can have any combination of these, by the way, joint pain, immune dysfunction, including autoimmune issues, and histamine issues. Gut dysbiosis is anything to do with the gut, whether it is leaky gut or a problem with your microbiome. So both are contributing factors, or I would also say actually a hard time digesting. So wherever there's an issue at the gut level, the person who has gut involvement will tend to have mood swings and bloating, or a list of food sensitivities, and or skin issues. Yeah, eczema, rosacea, those types of things. Okay, the next one is adrenal dysregulation. So for somebody struggling with mood and anxiety, some of the other imbalances that could be contributing is something wrong at the adrenals level. And adrenals are the organs that make the hormone cortisol, amongst other. They make about 50 different hormones. Cortisol is one of them. So adrenal dysregulation, if this is a part of why you have mood and anxiety stuff, you are the person who feels wired but tired. You are the person who has crashing energy, especially middle of the afternoon, or the person who hits snooze 10 times before they're able to get out of bed. You have poor stress tolerance as well. So is this you? Geez, I wonder how your adrenals are. Like. You may have a neurotransmitter imbalance if you are low serotonin or low dopamine, that is linked to depression, anxiety, and also motivation issues. ADHD, I will add to this. So some bodies that have thyroid troubles, some of the ways it can show up is mood or anxiety struggles. So this person who has thyroid as the background piece going on will have low energy, brain fog, can be either the end of depression or the end of heightened anxiety. And the last one, blood sugar imbalances. So blood sugar imbalances, the person who's got blood sugar stuff going on will tend and has mood and anxiety struggles. They will tend to have irritability, the hangry thing later on in the day at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. They may be the person that has mood swings, anxiety spikes, and energy crashes. Yeah. So you're going to hear a lot of the symptoms that showed up in a couple of these different ideas. I will tell you, rarely will I find a person who's struggling with mood and anxiety and only has adrenal dysregulation. If they have adrenal dysregulation, it will throw off their blood sugars, and it means their thyroid's been struggling for a while. And where did that start? It actually started with gut dysbiosis, which drives chronic inflammation. And for the person who's been in it for a long time, they're eventually going to have histamine issues show up. So it's all connected. And you may only have one or two, or, well, rarely one, but you will have more than, yeah, you'll have a combination. The good news is the work we're going to talk about today at the end of our class is going to help you put pieces in place to address all of these. So we've got your back. We're going to get you there. Don't worry.